Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world watching this. My name's Alistair and this is my channel, Basic Books, where I have book hauls, I take in-depth look at series, generally horror, fantasy and science fiction, some men's adventure, science, fantasy, sword and sorceries, whatever takes your fancy. Anything but classics, because I think there are too many classics channels on BookTube. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about this book, Una Persson and Catherine Cornelius in the 20th Century, Adventures of. This is obviously Michael Moorcock. It's a strange little book. I know for a fact that Michael Moorcock and his wife hate this cover. I can understand why, but it has a certain I don't know. It for me, because it's a Melvin cover, Melvin Grant. I love Melvin's covers anyway. It doesn't really tell you what's going on in the book, but it's still, I think, a very well painted cover and of its time. So there's a certain nostalgia factor to this one. So when I bought this, I was happy that I could get this cover. I know it's not the cover that Michael and Linda would prefer, but there you go. It's just the way that it was. I remember picking this up way back in the early 80s when I was first getting into Michael Moorcock. This is from 1980, so I probably would have bought this exact copy. But unfortunately, it's one of those books that at that time, I mean, I was a teenager, and I was into fantasy, mostly sword and sorcery. I mean, I came to Michael Moorcock through not Elric as everybody else seems to have done, but through Coram, the books of Coram, and also the books of Hawkmoon. So I actually read the Runestaff before I read anything else by Michael Moorcock. But I have a love for all of his output over the years, where it's to do with the multiverse as it has suddenly become. So I have a mixture of books that I've managed to put together over the last 10 years of getting back into collecting books here in the UK. That are from different time periods. So some of the books have been edited, some haven't, some are as they were originally. This one is original, so I don't think that Michael has ever re-edited this one. It's a weird little book in the fact that nothing really happens, but a lot happens, if you see what I mean. Una Persson and Catherine Cornelius are two recurring characters in Michael's oeuvre, as it were. I think Una Persson more than Catherine Cornelius. Catherine Cornelius obviously is the sister and sometimes lover of Jerry Cornelius. She figures heavily in her brother's books, the Cornelius Quartet and etc. Una Persson, she turns up in Dances at the End of Time, and she turns up in some of his later works, especially The Dream Thief's Daughter, because she's the Dream Thief's daughter's mother, and also in the Oswald Bastable novels as well. She had this uncanny knack of moving through time, as does Jerry Cornelius and Una Persson. Kathleen Cornelius. This starts off with the two of them at an idyllic retreat somewhere in the northeastern states of America. Can't remember, I think it's New England, at a country house that they've inherited, and they're bored after slipping through the time streams and through the multiverse. They're bored. The two lovers have gone there for a rest, and now they want to get on with doing other stuff. So they decide to come back to the 20th century, and all of the adventures here are in the 20th century. Catherine Cornelius takes the part of an ingenue, I believe anyway. She tends to get led astray. She has very sexual encounters. It's not saucy as I was led to believe. Yeah. But I mean, there's a certain amount of sauciness in this book, and most of it to do with Catherine Cornelius. She becomes embroiled with certain characters who are powerful men, especially men, and and Una Persson ends up instigating various revolutions where she's on the wrong side. She's on the losing side, which is unusual for Una Persson. But I think that it's an interesting collection of vignettes. There's no real through story. Excuse me. There's no real through story apart from the fact that it's Una Persson and Catherine Cornelius. It explores, I think, ideas that perhaps Michael was trying to explore at the time. As I say, I mean, it came out in 1980 in this Granada Mayflowers edition, but it was first published in 1976. So I'm pretty sure that Michael was working through some of his own ideas, especially political ideas. He's an anarchist, and this is quite evident in this book. So I mean, he's matured his anarchistic ideals here. I would say he was a socialist anarchist, because I think he looks towards people that deserve to be in power and are not. But and also the look of empire as well. I mean, he explored empire in his books, such as the at this time the Warlord of the Air and the other books. I mean, definitely shades of empire in those books. I think in most of his books as well, there's those last vestiges of empire. But I think it's interesting. It's a very interesting book. It's not a great read. It's not a long read. Sorry, it's a great read, but it's not a very long read. It took me a couple of days to finish it, and that was taking a break, so I had to do other things. But it's something that I had in my collection when I was a teenager, never read, and then I found this copy, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you're looking for a plot, then there are vestiges of a plot. Just as there are vestiges of empire, there are vestiges of a plot. Brilliant character studies. There are a couple of the male characters that are pretty standard, stereotypical studies. But the way that the discussions between either Catherine or Una and people that they are involved with, they're very interesting. Jerry Cornelius turns up a couple of points during the book, but he's not his usual overly flamboyant self. He seems quite subdued, actually, as if he's more of a cipher than anything else. But yeah, I thoroughly. If you haven't read this, I thoroughly recommend. If you, and you love Michael Moorcock, I thoroughly recommend that you read this book. And yeah, that's all I can say about that. I think I've waffled on long enough about una person, which means one person, I believe. Um, and hopefully you'll pick it up. Please do give a like and subscribe. That will help me a lot. It helps me a lot with the algorithm, and in this day and age when there's a lot of crap going on. I'm sorry, someone's filming a Texas Chainsaw Massacre out the back of my house, so you may get a little bit of buzz thing there going. But anyway, see you later. Mine, there you go, and good reading.